Muller Light Chocolate Fix. Addictive. And 99 calories.
99 calories?
TV adverts are exposed to everyone of all ages around the world. They are just one way people can be influenced to buy, use a service, or even get body image ideas at young ages that can even be dangerous. One thing a lot of people see on TV is adverts. Ever since 1941, there have been adverts trying to get viewers to buy certain products. Even more recently, it has become more important for companies to advertise their product to get an increase in sales. It has become even more common over the years to see men in advertisements for aftershave, women's perfume, or even food advertisements. In these adverts, you see young, strong, fit men with lots of muscles that are sometimes shirtless in these advertisements. The first adverts are today's body image standards, and the brute advert is an older image.
You're not still splashing yourself with that stuff, are you?
Yeah, sure. A great smell of brew.
We also spoke to Lisa Barlow, a magazine designer previously for Men's Health and currently for Glamour magazine. This gave us an insight into different points of view of the industry, so we can see whether the magazine industry chose the models for the front page that they do for specific reasons. What was your job role for Men's Health, and what did you do as part of the remit?
My job role was designer. Well, actually I started as junior, so I came straight from uni. And my job role was to assist to create how the magazine just looked, basically. Produce it from start to finish.
Do you think that men's show in the media is an accurate representation, and why or why not?
I think probably, well, I mean, ultimately you include in a lot of models and things like that within the magazine. We do have real people too, but I guess probably not, but it's there to be aspirational too. Part of the magazine is all about the person picking it up and wanting to improve themselves, so in whatever way, whether that's emotionally, mentally, whatever. So I think, yeah, there's an aspirational side of things, which is probably why people, we pick a particular look, a particular type of model, whether that's a fitness model or a catwalk model, which have totally different, look totally different. If you look on a catwalk for men's fashion at the moment, they are very, very slim. Whereas obviously in a men's fitness magazine, you're wanting to show, if you were a reader picking up a men's fitness magazine and you had somebody on the front of the cover that wasn't fit, you would be like, oh, well, what's the point of picking up this magazine? It's clearly not going to show me what I want to buy, because he doesn't look fit. So I think, yeah, that's probably dictates a lot of why, we pick the people that are on the cover.
We then had a sit-down interview with Matthew Johnson, who told us about his gym life.
So how often do you go to gym a week?
I go to gym 4 days a week.
Okay. How long have you been going to the gym?
About 3 months now.
Okay. What influenced you to start going to the gym?
My friends started joining the gym, so I wanted to join and just improve my health.
Okay. Do you think the media has influenced the way you see yourself?
I think that the media has set unrealistic goals for body, so I think that makes us want to improve what we look like, but again, it's unrealistic goals.
Do you use any different types of supplements?
I've recently started using protein shakes.
Okay, is that a regular thing? Do you use it all the time?
Yeah, I use it after gym, so 4 days a week.
Okay.
We did a small experiment where we asked male college students to identify what their ideal body image was. Here are the results.
What body would you most like to have?
I'd most like to have number 3.
I'll go for a number 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll go for number 3.
Which body image would you like to have most?
4.
What's that?
I think it looks the most attractive and it's nice to show off the most.
3.
Why's that?
Why? Because he's fit, ain't he?
Why's that?
It looks like it's the most toned, most in shape, you know.
Do you think that's achievable?
I think it is, yeah, but not everyone has the discipline.
Do you think that's achievable?
Yes, I do.
Who do you find most attractive?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Why do you think that is?
They look the best out of the lot, and I think they would get the most attraction from people.
Think women find most attractive?
Women? I don't know. Depends what type of women. Some women like 7 and 6 because it's something to cuddle. But, you know, if I was a woman, I'd love number 3, I'm just saying.
We then did the same experiment on female college students, but instead asked them what they would rather date or what they find more attractive.
On this piece of paper, what body do you find most attractive?
4.
Most attractive.
Number 3.
Can I ask why?
Because it's not over muscular, where it looks like out of proportion, but it's also not overly thin either.
Okay.
It's like the right size.
Do you think number 4?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Can I
very
ask why?
welcome. Because it's muscly, it's not too chubby, not too skinny, it's muscly and nice.
Okay. Do you think that body image is achievable?
Yeah.
We spoke to a college sports teacher who is also a personal trainer, Luke. We spoke to him about his job and what he sees on a daily basis.
So anatomically, your anatomical position is this, palms facing forward, yeah? The body or superior, what does superior mean? In anatomical positions, superior and
Front.
inferior. Not front.
Side.
No.
Close to the middle.
No. Don't just guess.
What type of person asks to use the gym at Stroh's College?
Mostly it's male students. We don't get a lot of female students actually come and inquire about the gym. I think if it was open more, which it should be soon, then we might get more interest. But at the moment, it's mostly male students. Not necessarily all sports students, but certainly students that have a sporting interest.
Yeah. Do you think there is too much reliance on supplements, and what advice would you give to those using or thinking about using supplements?
Yeah, supplements is a strange topic because the main problem with supplements is that supplements are not regulated in the same way that food is regulated, in the same way that medicine is regulated, and there's no regulatory body that oversees how supplements work and how to market supplements. So sometimes what you're told is in your supplement isn't necessarily all of what's in your supplement. And I think there's a lot of fads out there, so people taking things like BCAAs and not really knowing what BCAAs are. BCAAs are branched chain amino acids, and amino acids are basically your building blocks for protein. But you get that in food, and any protein-based meal, so steak and anything like that, is going to come with its set of amino acids. Equally, any protein shake that you take is going to come with amino acids in it. So to supplement BCAAs as well isn't really necessary. And it's not necessarily going to be bad for you, but you're just spending money that you don't need to spend. And I would suggest that before anyone takes any supplements, they do a bit more research, because I think a lot of people take things because someone else takes them, as opposed to really knowing why they're taking it in the first place.
Do you face more overweight or underweight clients?
Definitely more overweight. There's a lot more. I think there's a slight shift occurring now in males, in that males want to get bigger and appear bigger, but certainly the general idea I think there is that when those clients decide they want to get bigger or they want to put more weight on, or you know that takes their interest, they kind of, their first port of call is to do it on their own. Whereas with people trying to lose weight, they seek a bit more guidance and motivation, and they look for that routine for someone else to help them do that a bit more, because their lifestyle is into a habit of not doing that, so they're now trying to.
I think it's become so popular.
I think there's a shift. There's been a shift in the last 5 years of sort of like consciousness of health. Maybe the last 10 years, maybe stretch it back that far, but certainly when I was growing up, when I was at college, there wasn't a big there wasn't a gym culture, and that's that's something that's come about in the last 10 years. You see a lot more publicity around bodybuilding and physique competitions. There's a lot more access to that sort of image now, and I think that that's promoted a lot more young people into being more health conscious, more body aware, and wanting to affect how they look and how they feel.
What role do you think the media plays with regards to young men and body image?
A massive role. Yeah, it's again, it's something that's come around. It's sort of drip fed in over the last 20 years, and then the last 10 years, now the last 5 years, it's really picked up. You look at people like Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. He's everywhere and he's in amazing shape, and he advertises, you know, different health products and different sports kit, and he's never wearing a shirt. And I think it's there's been a real big push, and I think what's happened is that the media have cottoned on to the fact that people are more health conscious, and what they're doing is they're almost forcing that agenda even more. They're pushing that. It's almost like they've put their agenda on steroids and trying to sort of really amp up that sort of idea of body image, where people have sort of worked out that being healthier means, you know, feeling better, living longer, and all that sort of stuff. The media have latched onto that and have then pushed the image side of it as well, and that's kind of taken hold of younger people more so as well.
Quite a few men across the world that are not happy with themselves, and due to that they go and join a gym. In 2016, purchased gym memberships increased by 44%. This shows that more men are trying to change their body image. We also found out that 1 in every 10 men who use the gym suffer from muscle dysmorphia. There are hundreds of magazines and articles released a week that have millions of male and female readers collectively, that they have an impact on how men or women perceive themselves and their bodies. Through the making of this documentary, we have seen what men want from themselves and what women want from men. But what is the main cause of this? We asked the question, do you think the media has an impact on men's body image?